Happy
Hello,
Wednesday.
hello, people. Happy Wednesday. Let's check out the chat. Do you see anything?
What was that?
Do you see anything in the chat? Like, I got nothing.
Let me look around.
No, it's actually okay.
Yeah, what are you looking for?
No, I was looking at the private chat instead of the comments.
Oh, I
That
see.
threw me off a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, we are on StreamYard. It's the best. Here, let me double check that we are like live on the
That
channel.
we're
I'm gonna
actually
check.
live. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm excited to be just you and me today. I feel like it should be a good chill stream.
Yeah.
Woo. Okay, I think we are live. Awesome, awesome. Looks good.
Awesome. Awesome. All right.
Thanks.
Welcome everyone, whoever's watching. We
Yeah,
have something
welcome
special today.
to any viewers.
Yeah, we have something special today. It's going to be. We're gonna answer the question: what's scarier, ghosts or snakes?
I'm personally way scareder of ghosts than I am snakes. I don't mind snakes at all. They don't really scare me. And this is not just because I like Python. Like IRL snakes, I'm cool with them.
I've seen a snake. I haven't seen a ghost, so I'll probably pick ghost as well. Yeah.
Exactly. One of those is definitely scarier because I've interacted with snakes and I know what they're capable of. Ghosts are a totally different story.
Exactly. All right, so why don't you introduce what we're gonna do today, what we're gonna see? Hi, Omar.
For sure. Hi, Omar. Hey, you're one of Sarah's followers. Great to have you. Sarah's not going to be joining us today. It's just me and Lazar, but hang out if you want. We're going to be looking at some Python stuff, so should be a good easygoing time.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so continuing with our Hacktoberfest theme, we're going to be looking at the Python SDK. Let me get up my screen. One sec. Cool. Awesome. Thank you. Oh, you're killing it. Great. So we're going to be looking at the Python SDK. Last week we looked a little bit at the React Native, I think it was SDK. Last week was a total blur because I was in Minneapolis. I was like sandwiched between weddings and like still recovering from Next, but I am home at my own computer, multiple monitors instead of just one laptop. Feels great. Okay, cool. So this is the Sentry Python repo, and I guess I have it open already to the issues, but here's the repo. This is our Python SDK. So this is the SDK you would want to use if you're using any Python framework. We support a whole bunch in here. Just like all of our SDKs, they're pretty much set up in the same way, and they are eligible for Hacktoberfest contributions. Yeah, here's a list of all of our integrations. So there are a bunch that we support. And when we say integration, it really just means like a specific framework. So like our Python SDK targeting a specific framework. So here are all of the Python ones. I definitely don't know all of these. Like I have never heard of some of these, but I'm sure different people use all of them. The Python ecosystem is not, in my opinion, not quite as scary as the JavaScript ecosystem, but wow, there is still a whole bunch of different frameworks out there. Okay,
yeah, these are way too many to learn in one lifetime, I think.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah, well, I'll get into a little bit more in a sec, but I picked out a fast API bug to look at today. And I've only barely played around with fast API a little bit, so it was cool just like getting to start, like just try to repro it and figure out what I was doing with fast API and get everything running. But yeah, always a good excuse to jump into a new technology. Okay, I was just going to show you the contributing.md file again. I think literally all of our repos at Sentry have these, and they're usually pretty good about telling you what you need to know to get started. I already have everything cloned, and like all up and running. So but if you want to like play around with it yourself, like this is all you have to do. It's pretty straightforward. Other than running the tests, I was trying to use Tox and it was like very broken with the way that like I think it's just not compatible with the way that they ask you to set up your dev machine for contributing to the regular Get Sentry repo. And I didn't get that figured out. But if folks are out there and like want to try the same thing, you can just skip using Tox, which is just like a coordinator tool basically, and do stuff manually with the commands right here.
Who needs tests when you got Sentry? You'll catch the bugs later in production. So
no. The tests are very important. Especially if you're writing an SDK. Actually, while I was like working on this, I discovered, I'll show you, what's the best way to do this? We like shipped a broken version of, let me pull it up. We shipped a broken version of the Python SDK actually. So tests are super important. Let me see which one it was. Which is like, I think kind of related to the bug, but I haven't figured it out all the way yet. Yes. So, yeah, we'll get into this a little bit more, but basically we, in this version, 1.9.5 of the SDK, everything was working fine. And then we shipped 1.9.6, which was supposed to auto-enable Starlet and Fast API, which means that basically like you don't have to write extra code to integrate it, which maybe I can just show kind of right now. So you shouldn't have to do extra special stuff like adding this ASGI middleware in there. But if you did still add the ASGI middleware in there, which like we'll see right here. Oops. So like you don't need to make this call anymore. Like basically things just work more out of the box with the Starlet and Fast API integrations. This is just like an example that shows the repro of it. But if you still do that and you're on 1.9.6, if you try to use 1.9.6, it totally broke. I can show that in a sec. Actually, it's pretty embarrassing. And there was this like big issue about it. Yeah, I can show you guys. Minor update 1.9.6 introduces breaking change. Very embarrassing. Yeah, this is the exact error that you can get. So if you're still using, like basically if you're doing it the old way that you had to do it, they introduced this like new version that makes it easier. So you don't have to add this extra ASGI middleware. You can just use Fast API. And then it breaks. It like won't compile. It's like, no, don't do it that way. Which is not to call out Sentry, like the SDK maintainers doing a great job. We love it. And they fixed it like immediately once they shipped the broken thing. But tests are really important. A test would have helped us not ship this. Cool.
So what was the issue? Do we know like what was the issue? We know that it's resolved, right?
Yeah, so the thing that I'm talking about here is resolved. Basically, I don't know exactly what they were doing, but okay, yeah. I mean, it looks like they just did something like actually very. It wasn't a bug. It was like they did this by design, which is just a mistake. So basically you can see exactly what I was talking about. So the ASGI middleware, which was like this wrapper that needed to exist before they made it nice to just use Starlet and Fast API on their own. That's what that is. And if you used both of them at the same time, they started raising this runtime error. And they changed it to a warning. So anyway, that's what was broken in that release. But there's something else broken that we're going to look at a little bit today. Yeah, so let's just get into it. The bug is this guy. We can share that if you want. If folks want to look at it. Let me see. I'll put it in the chat, but maybe there's a nicer way of doing it. Cool. Okay, so this is the bug that I decided to look at. And the reason I chose it was it had like really nice repro steps. There were like a few different issues on the Sentry repo, and some of them are tagged as Hacktoberfest. But I really wanted something that I could I knew I could reproduce easily. And some of these Hacktoberfest bugs are like questionable, or like this one is about running our CI tests. And I was like, okay, this is cool, but I don't really want to mess around with the SDK CI.
Please, yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. Not on stream. I don't feel like that would be such a great idea. So I picked a different bug that looked like it was going to be really easy to repo, and it was. So the issue that's happening is basically when you set up Fast API, set up Sentry with Fast API integration, and then you try to set your own custom name on the transaction. And these are like performance transactions in Sentry. On versions of the SDK newer, like post that breaking change that they fixed, it doesn't work anymore. So you can see it in here, and I can show you in my setup as well. But basically, what you would expect to see, let me see if I can just pull it up. It still is probably really tiny. Let's get bigger.
Yeah, that's okay.
That's good? Okay, good. Oop, we gotta go to performance. Back to Fast API old. Cool. Okay, so what the bug is talking about is basically custom naming your performance transactions in Sentry, like what gets sent to Sentry. So this is like a default thing from the ASGI integration. And then these test 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, blah, 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 all the way up are examples of when it's working correctly.
Right. So it's not picking up on the name, right?
Yes, exactly. And instead it's just like doing that, which is really funny. Like it's just uploading the variable name instead, which is definitely not what you want in a situation like this. So yeah, I decided to just make sure I could repro this and try to like figure out make sure which versions I saw this showing up in. So that's what I have done. And it was cool because I got to use Fast API a tiny bit. So this is just a really, really super short repro of it with Fast API. So we can see we're not doing anything exciting. Just have like a test, like hello world route that I could check to make sure it's functioning. And then here is the thing that should be working that's not working. Yeah, let me let's see if I can repro this for you guys right away. I set up a new so we don't have to like deal with all this stuff. I set up a new project in Sentry, saving new, that oh gosh. Cool. Okay, good. There's nothing in there yet. That is expected. Let me just get this running so that I can show some transactions getting in there, and either working or not working based on whichever version I have right now. So okay, cool. I think I can just run this. I haven't used Uvicorn before, but I think it's like built by the same people. Okay, main.
What is that? What is the Uvicorn?
Yes. It's just a server, basically like a local server for Python.
Nice.
I'm gonna do this. I think we can do it on the default port. I had to. Oh no! Wait, let me see. Okay, didn't start my environment. One sec. There we go. Okay, corn mean app. Oh, okay. So actually right now I have another version that is broken. So you can see that this is 1.9.6 because we got this delightful runtime error. And we could get rid of that runtime error by just like not using this ASGI middleware in there. But I don't know if having the ASGI middleware in there or not is like part of what makes this bug happen. So I have been leaving it. I will leave it in so far. And yeah, let's just go and double check these. Okay, 1.9.6. That's what I thought. Cool. So let's stop this and let's install. Let's do like 1.9.7 to do like the correct behavior.
Okay, let's check it out.
Perfect. Let's see. I'm just going to totally uninstall this. And okay, yeah, the server is not running. Good. And then reinstall the correct version. Or the old version, that is.
So I guess for web developers,
Yeah.
is like node modules, right? Like npm.
Yeah. I think that it is. That's correct. And the like package management system for Python is, I think, like messier compared to npm. Npm does things pretty smoothly. So
Like
I think,
dependencies.
yeah, pip is actually the equivalent of npm. And then .env or like, I think that's no, .env is key management, that library specifically, but env virtual environments are like Python's way of keeping dependencies like within a project. So what I'm typing pip env is basically like another library that tries to package those two things together more nicely. So you don't have to separately manage your virtual environments and your package manager. It's like all one thing together. And I'm talking with my hands, not typing.
That's cool. Yeah.
1.9.5. Okay, so this should get us the right version of the SDK installed.
Was this before the actual crash happened, or the actual 195? 195 was the broken version, right?
1.9.6 was the broken version.
Okay,
1.9.5 should have been, yeah, the functional version. So let's make sure that it's functional. Okay, cool. Let's see. Okay, we should have it running. And this is just 8,000. Yeah. Okay, so it's running. Super. So we can try to repo this bad boy. Let's just open another. This is so slow because I have like the gnarliest shell config. As you can see, here, wait, one second. As you can see, I have this is a My Little Pony displaying a quote. I do this in every shell that I open, and I really probably should not because this is like extremely slow, but it's cute, right? It's cute and makes me giggle. Okay, let's get to fast API. What was I doing? Oh yeah, I just want to okay, so I'm just gonna go back to the bug really quick so we can like follow along with the repro steps, just so we're understanding. But okay, yeah, so we just want to call fast. So let's step back and talk about fast API a tiny bit. I'm not an expert by any means. I'm like a beginner at fast API, but basically what fast API does is like make APIs fast. So it just makes it
Fast
super
API,
simple.
yeah.
Yeah, who would have thought? It makes it super simple to like set up an endpoint. So and like seriously, just this little amount of code, you have an endpoint that you can just hit with curl. So we'll just do
Right.
that.
So that at app.get is like how we can define a route.
Yes, route,
Right, and we can like get
exactly.
parameters, etc. Yeah. How do you
Yes.
call the, how do you call these in Python? Because I know they're like called decorations.
Yeah, decorators. Yeah, it's a decorator.
Decorators, yeah. Okay,
Mhm.
cool.
That's right. Yeah, I think it's like super common. This is like pretty much standard that you do this across different backend frameworks in Python. Yeah. So yeah, as you can like intuit really easily, this part, I don't know why it's called part. I don't know if that's a fast API thing or just like an example that this person did. I should play with that in like 2 seconds just to double check. But basically this means like any route that you give it is going to, you're going to get this variable, and we just are setting the transaction to this with that. So simple.
So if it works, we should see a test Sentry transaction and then whatever we append to the like after the slash, right?
Exactly. Yeah, I should say test Sentry transaction test one.
Yeah. If it doesn't work, it should just say /par, right?
Yeah, that's the bug. And I mean, like, why? I don't know why that's the bug anyway. It's like kind of bizarre. Okay, so we're gonna reload this. I don't know why. It seems like you have to reload it to have the things show back up. But oh, interesting. Okay. So we have our transaction. Very cool. It worked. We also have this other one, which is obviously like when we loaded it here, it was trying to load the favicon.
Yeah, actually the browser did that, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's really funny. I don't think I had noticed that happening before when I was playing around with this earlier, but anyway, kind of cool. So we can see that this is working fine. I don't know everything about Sentry yet. So I'm actually like not even totally sure why this is giving a transaction, if that makes sense. So I was like, I don't know, maybe you're even newer than me at Sentry, but maybe I thought I'd ask you in case you knew. So I can tell, like, obviously we're setting the transaction name, but why is it even sending a transaction? Like, I know if you don't configure like these performance transactions, it'll just send them by default for different frameworks. So I was trying to look up for like fast API, when does it decide to automatically send these transactions to Sentry? And that's kind of where I left off when I was looking at it yesterday. I don't know. I thought I'd ask you in case you knew. We can like try to do some research too, but I'm just curious.
Yeah, we definitely should. But for example, I've used them in my Swift UI application to measure how long roughly does it take for my app to, go through all of the expenses and then group them by date and like return them into a dictionary type. So if we have like 1,000 expenses, I bet it's going to take some time, to loop through all of them and see how, how fast my crappy code is. And I put it there, right? But I had like an end transaction, like I'm starting and then like I'm ending, I'm being obvious about it. But in this case,
exactly. It just shows up.
It's like we're starting it and then just like return. Maybe the return is.
I don't even think we're starting it. I don't even think we're starting it, right? Because we're just configuring the scope, and the scope is like, yeah, exactly. We're just configuring the scope and then setting the transaction name. So I think this is just Sentry like being kind of cool and magic. Oh, hey Patrick Pie, how's it going? Sorry, I missed your message. Oh, thank you for the compliment on the theme. Yeah, I forget what it's called. It's a good one though. I switch themes kind of a lot, but I like this one. I dig it. Yeah. Sorry. Anyway, I think Sentry is just doing something like kind of cool and magic, but I don't know, and I hate it when I don't understand why things are happening in my code. So it kind of pisses me off. But anyway, yeah.
I'm not an expert in this.
Yeah, neither. We will be someday, though.
We will be someday, yeah. But right now, it looks like, for example, since this is the first touch point where, the client meets our server, right? And then we might have like services and additional layers in our, backend architecture. Maybe like configuring the scope at this point will capture everything that happens, in a deeper level, and then just like bundle everything up and call that test Sentry transaction par.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, yeah.
Maybe that's the case.
Yeah, that's my assumption. And I guess I wonder actually if well, there's a few different things I kind of want to play around with. Like I'm curious if we put this as like something different, like to configure the scope in the root one, if that would send us. I'm sure it would also send a transaction, right? You know?
Probably. If it's configured, yeah.
I don't know. I'm just gonna play around with it and see.
Yeah.
What should we say? Hello. I want to do another. What are we doing at the other one? It's not hello world. Okay, test Sentry transaction. This is hello world transaction. And I'll get rid of the time, I guess, for this. Cool. Don't tell me about my Python errors or my linting errors. Okay, let's just reload it. And I think that should be enough to trigger a transaction if it's going to work, right? Well, let me try starting and stopping the server, I guess. I don't know what else would have triggered it.
Do you potentially have like a date filter, like a time filter in Sentry's SDK?
Oh, I don't think so, because I just made this project this morning and I like didn't configure anything special. Oh, there it is. Yay! Okay, so that does work.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. I mean that's cool. So, and then I wonder. Okay, well, whatever. So that is how that works. I was gonna say, like, I wonder if I didn't configure the scope. Oops. Here. If we'd get the same scope as this, but I don't know. I don't know. Great. Okay, the other little tiny thing that I wanted to see is like, why is this called par? Is this a fast API thing? For our 3 viewers out there in the world, if you know anything about fast API, do you know why? I'm gonna just change it, I guess, and see.
I'm gonna Google that.
Yeah, please do. Oops.
Par. I can't find anything on it. I'm looking for a literal /par search.
Yeah.
So it's probably like
some weird thing that person did. Patrick says, I think it has to be the same name as the par in the function. Oh, par is parameter. Oh my gosh. Duh. Okay. Yeah. I was like, obviously this is just like a variable name, but like why is it
No,
par?
yeah, it is like a parameter, but I don't know. I got like a muscle memory where I'll do it like param. But not par.
Yeah, I never type par.
Yeah, it's like param, and that's it.
Okay, love it. Cool. Well, I just changed it to var. That helps my brain. But I guess we can just run it again to make sure that that did work. Ooh. I like that with my Zoom level. Every time I go back to this page, it says, "This is hell."
This is hell.
This is hell. Oh man! And speaking of, our music stopped again.
I was gonna ask you that. Yeah.
Yeah,
What should
Sarah
we
was having
play?
the same problem. I don't know. I just picked a random spooky one. I guess I'll
There
just
we
loop
go.
it because otherwise it just plays the one song and then stops. StreamYard, we got a feature request for you. Okay.
I can do full-time DJ while you're streaming here.
Sure, yeah, sounds good. Just pick. There's like just like totally random music from Epidemics and just pick stuff. Okay, cool. So we understand now. Par is param. Everything's working. Okay, what should you do? I was just going to install the broken version just so we can like prove that it repros. Okay. So that was just 1.9.5, which works fine, and everything before it works fine, pretty sure. We had 1.9.6 when we just started, which was like a totally broken version. So I'm gonna install 1.9.7, which should do the like weird broken thing. And I can confirm that our current version is 1.9.10, and that's what I started on, and that's definitely broken too. So no reason to look any further. Okay. So I just set one more transaction. So I just uninstalled the Python SDK, reinstalled the Python SDK, set one more transaction. And let's see.
Get that?
It just takes a second, I think.
Is there like a debug flag in Sentry's Python SDK that we can enable?
Ooh, that's a great question. I don't know. Okay, we did get the broken thing show up.
Yeah. Var is
cool.
gone, var is new.
Yes. So when I saw this, I was like, okay, great. It definitely is broken. Where do we start looking? So the first thing I tried to do is like check out the changes, because like we have just like it's pretty scoped down. Like we know it either broke in 1.9.6 or 1.9.7 when we were like making changes to the ASGI middleware situation. So one thing I was doing was like looking at the code changes that happened there. And then the other thing I wanted to do was look at the tests. Like this seems like something that we should have a test for, right?
Exactly.
So I don't know which of the let's look at the tests, I guess. Cool. Let me remember where I have everything cloned. Oh my gosh, this is really embarrassing on stream. Just wait 5 seconds for my shell to load. I swear it didn't used to be this bad. There's something, there's like a setup script for the Sentry SDK. Or not the Sentry SDK, sorry, Sentry itself. And I think once I ran that, like it added a whole bunch of stuff to my shell script. And now it's so much slower. It was always a little bit slow, but now it's so scary slow. Thank you, Patrick. Thank you. I love the pony too. Oh yeah, what is our quote? We are all so much together, and yet we are all dying alone. Oh, that's a little depressing. Okay, sometimes they're funny. That's a little much. but coming from this delightful pony, you know, nothing could really be that sad, right? Okay. Cool.
It even looks like it has a tear, a little tear.
Oh yeah. Sorry. Oh, it does. Oh. That's That's really funny. Okay, sorry. The tests exist. I know that they're there. I think I've run them like once or twice, but I don't know anything about it. Oh my gosh, I don't know. Also, why it's like not going to the right. Cool. Yes. Cool. I'm just gonna actually switch over to look at the instructions for the test just to make sure I do this correctly because I don't know like anything about our tests. Contributing. Okay. Cool. I'm gonna actually put this on the same screen. Does this work okay on stream? Does it look okay? Yeah, that looks good. I think.
Yep.
Okay, like I said, Tox was not working for me at all. But you don't need it to run the test. I don't know. All right, I'll run make test, but I'm pretty sure I've done that before, so I don't think it's gonna like need to do anything. Oh wait, no, that's how you run it with Tox. Almost said I've done this like once before. So yeah, this doesn't work because my like Tox like won't pick up where my Python installs are, and like yeah, whenever I try to mess around with JavaScript and like npm, I'm always like and Node, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna die. Like different Node versions, like I can't do it. But Python's not really that much better. I guess I've just like messed around with it slightly more, so I'm a little less scared. But it's really not better when I think about it. Anyway, I tried to fix this like ages ago, and I can't remember what I did, so it's still broken. But no worries. Okay, so here. Sorry, what was that?
Which one does it like prefer to? Either 2.7 or 3.7 or like?
Yeah, so it's gonna run all of our tests under 2.7 and 3.7.
And
right
3.7.
now,
Okay.
the version that the version that's picking up is 3.8, and there are all these tools like PyEnv, I think. Yeah, that are supposed to like that make it. It's like,
yeah, like
I don't remember what the node. Yeah, like NVM exactly.
Yeah.
That are like supposed to make it work, but for some reason my Tox configuration, which I haven't messed with at all, it's just like whatever is coming from the repo, isn't playing nicely with PyEnv. And I don't know why, because I thought I had everything basically set up like the way that they tell people to do for Sentry. So I don't know, but someday I'll figure it out. And in the meantime, we'll just kind of jankily run this on 3.8, I think. And it's it's good enough for our purposes today. So yeah, the instructions, this like Tox basically does this stuff for you, but the instructions are to like use a virtual environment. So remember what I was talking about before? Pipenv is like a combination of venv and pip. So this like uses them separately. So you can see an example of that right here. I've already made the virtual environment, so I'll just activate it. Make weird noises on stream. Sorry. I'm like 1,000,000% sure I already done this, but doesn't hurt to do it again. So this is just installing the SDK in like editable version, which means like development version. Like, so I'm making the SDK and I'm installing the SDK that I'm making right now.
Nice.
I've done all that. Okay, so I'm gonna run just the fast API test. Okay, cool. So they all passed. There's only 6 tests for fast API, which I don't know, feels like not a lot to me. And maybe isn't that many based on the fact that this bug is like not being caught by the tests.
Everything's passing.
Yeah, exactly. There is one warning. I'm trying to unknown config option Django settings module. Okay. I don't know. Yeah, that doesn't seem like a big deal. So I thought maybe like, let's just look at what even tests exists for Fast API. Okay, there's just one file of them. Okay.
So that's the factory, right?
Yep.
And we probably use that in all of our tests.
Yeah,
probably,
yeah,
right?
exactly.
Okay, it doesn't do the scope configuration, or it doesn't have to do the scope configuration?
I'm not sure. Like yeah, it's not happening in the factory. It's not happening in this file.
Yeah, I mean, is the bug coming when we actually, try to configure the scope and set the scopes, the, what was it, the scope transaction name, was it?
Yes, that's right.
Yeah. Is it happening because of that, or is it happening because we have the middleware enabled?
That's what I was trying to look at. And we could play around with that here, which actually might be faster than looking at it just through the tests. I'm going to rename this. Tests. But I was checking out this test legacy setup because I think this is doing the middleware thing. So I think obviously we can go and check like commit history, but I highly suspect that they added this after they broke version 1.9.6. But yeah, I don't even see them like setting the scope at all.
And where is this? This is in the test, right?
Yes, sorry, I was switching back and forth, but yes, this is the test. I at the very bottom of my screen, and it's really tiny actually. You can see what like tab I'm on. So I just renamed it to try to help myself and everyone else. This is the tests for the SDK.
Yeah, well, we don't have the scope, thingy here. Maybe we should like add it and try to run it and see if they pass. Again, because the tests are passing, but when we actually try it, it's crashing, right? So that's
exactly.
It's not even. Is it crashing?
No, not crashing. It's just doing the wrong thing. Here, I'll go back to look at it really quick. Yeah, so when we configure the scope, it's just not picking up.
Yeah, basically not configuring the scope. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe just think like. Yeah, it just doesn't do it at all, right? And it just names it. Yeah, it just names it after the route. Yeah, okay. Makes sense. So I just want to, I guess for this one, the name would be like nothing, I just started thinking about what the bug is. Like, I don't know, I kind of want to see if it does that. What I do, I'll just restart the server. Oops, sorry. Don't mean to confuse people. I'll just restart the server and then reload the page and see if it does that. Just because I'm curious. Okay, and then I have to move things around a little to get my stuff back. Okay. Okay, there's the server. Restart. Or refresh. Like, what would this even do? Like, how could it set it with no name?
I don't know. It should include the slash, though. Because I can see the var.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, so it'll just do that.
Be like a slash, but we'll see.
Yeah, I wonder if it's this main.root, though. Because that wasn't there before, was it?
Oh, I can't remember.
No, I can't remember. You can check when the transaction came in, but it's like not in my time zone, and so I was confused. No, that's definitely not right. Because that minute isn't right at all. Okay.
It's definitely not that.
Oh yeah, there it is. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
It does do that. All right, curiosity satisfied. Okay, let's try to write a test, you think? Ooh, Patrick, definitely need to add Sentry support to my Strawberry GraphQL. Yeah, you should do it. What's Strawberry? Are you familiar with that, Lazar?
No, I know GraphQL. I don't know Strawberry.
Yeah, I know GraphQL. I don't know Strawberry.
Strawberry GraphQL.
Tell us
Python
more,
library
Patrick.
for GraphQL. Nice.
What was it? Oh, Python library for GraphQL. Cool.
Yeah.
Love it. Yeah, sounds good. You should do that. Let us know how it goes. Okay, let's just write a test. All right, 6 pass. I'm trying to even. Okay, test transaction style. Let's just like copy test transaction style and see if we can get it to function. Hey friends, hey Sarah, how's it going? Guess I'm not sure what PyTest is doing. PyTest.mark.parameterize. Like I'm just trying to like make sense of our tests. And I know that there's 6 tests because we're running 6 tests. But like I don't see 6 things that look like tested here. So that's our factory test response. Must be something about the mark parameterize. Okay, I won't worry about it for now. It'll probably make sense soon. Let's just test.
There's the tests, yeah.
Oops. I'm just gonna like copy all of these.
Sarah asks if they passed, but we're not seeing it running correctly. Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know. Oopsies. So Sarah, the deal is that the test passed, but there's a like definite obvious bug that we can repro really easily that is not tested. I guess it must not be. Like it's obviously not tested. Which is that I'll just recap a little. So when we're using new versions of the SDK, then we set the scope of a performance transaction. Like we set the specific name that we want for it. Yes, we're missing a test. It just doesn't get set. It just doesn't work at all. I think it does the default, like whatever the like Sentry default would be, but I don't really know. Yeah, so we're seeing if we can add a test that would catch this at the least. It would be nice to fix the bug too, but first of all, we gotta make sure that we can test that our fix works. Okay. I am just in a terminal and something is broken. It's mad at me. Tmux is fucked up. Uh-oh, if Tmux is crashed, we're in trouble. Let me see, one sec. Oh, geez. Oh, geez. Oh, wait, I get it. There we go. We're fine. Everything is fine. This was a keyboard issue, folks. I accidentally selected a different profile on my keyboard, so my control key wasn't working. So all my commands weren't working. Okay, we're good. We're good. Just living our lives. Okay. Let's try to figure out what this bad boy test is. Okay. First of all, what am I doing? I've been like writing too much JavaScript lately. Yeah, thanks. Yeah. I caught that just seconds before I saw your message. I guess I'll just yank all of these. Okay, we want to init Sentry. So we can just do the same thing here. App events. Test client get URL. I think like maybe the issue that I'm like not understanding looking at these tests is that I don't think there's a test runner that I'm not seeing. You know what I'm saying?
What do you mean? And also, I think you're missing a parenthesis.
Oh, is that where? Oh yeah, in my Sentry init.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
But what did you mean like with the tests? I didn't quite get that.
Well, just like what I'm thinking right now.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, did I miss something there too? No. Okay. Like, what's calling test transaction style?
I mean, how does it get involved?
Exactly. Like, where's the test runner?
Yeah, maybe, I don't know. For example, we got tests in like Cypress or right. You just define a glob basically, like pick up everything that is inside of this folder, and it ends on .spec.ts, for example, and it'll just like pick everything up under that glob and just run them.
Exactly.
I'm not sure about the Python though.
Yeah, we're using PyTest. Let's just look real quick at the not releases. Oops, sorry. I also kind of wanted to have an excuse to use the new GitHub code search, which I haven't really played around with or like heard about a lot, but I keep seeing it pop up.
The dot thingy?
No, the dot thingy is code spaces, right?
I think so. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, they have like supposedly like a new code search experience, which I like just looked at for the first time yesterday, and I was like, this looks really lame, but I wanted to look at it more to see like why is it new? Why is it cool? Okay. We should add some additional docs on testing. Sarah, 100% agree. Oh my gosh, sorry. My internet's like mad at me because I'm streaming probably. Okay, so what I'm gonna do actually is just grab this and search for it in the new code search thing,
like a
or hopefully
global
search for it in the
thingy?
new code search thing. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, maybe, yeah, it's beta. I was looking at this and I'm like, why is this interesting? I guess it's better. Okay, cool. Can you see this at all? Probably not.
No, not at all.
Okay, is that better? Maybe a little bit more?
Yeah, definitely.
Cool.
All right, so we got matches, basically like for every framework, right? We got the test transaction style, and there's the IO, HTTP, ASGI. Okay. There should be one that's not a framework.
Yeah, there should, but I don't There's the
You don't
test
get it.
basic, I guess, but that's also no.
But
That's
that's
Django.
it's
Never mind.
Django.
Sorry. Yeah.
I guess it just picks it up. I don't know.
Yeah. Like,
I don't know how
where's?
Python works. Like we do a definition right here of a function, right? Is Python able to see like if you don't? Is there like a module system where you explicitly need to export some stuff, you know, in Python to actually get it from the other side? So
Yeah.
I
guess I just like the reason I'm wondering is because of this like URL specifically. Like, what URL are they using? You know? I guess it doesn't really matter that much. Like, we can just keep going for now and like look into it in a sec. All right, what did I all copy? Sorry, my screen is so tiny, y'all. This is challenging. Here,
maybe we can just like print something out and then rerun the tests and see if that gets picked up.
Yeah. Let's make sure. Let's just grab an assert. And just see if this runs at all. Okay, does everything look pretty sane? Let's just do something really dumb.
Yeah, like 1 equals 1.
Exactly.
We gotta make sure that 1 still equals 1.
Yeah, and I just want to even see if this runs. Okay.
What is that? What do we get now?
Okay, it's running. Perfect. That's great. Function uses no argument expected source. Oh, sorry.
Where is that?
Oh, okay. So yeah, so the test runner is like saying you are missing a param into your test expected source.
Oh, it has to have.
Yeah, I just like missed that when I was copying, I guess.
Okay.
Okay, so let me fix that. Oops. Okay.
So what do we get now?
Let's see.
URL is not defined. But we're not gonna see the assert, right? I mean, it's last if it crashes. Yeah.
Exactly. Your fixture URL not found. Okay. I'm not really sure what that means. Fixture URL not found. Like, the word fixture is what's getting me.
Is that the URL thingy? Because that's a fixture, right?
What do you mean?
Is that the URL that it's not found or like something else? Because that is potentially the fixture, right? We're basically writing a test fixture. And the whole file is a test suite.
Yeah.
Or that's not the naming in Python.
I don't know about fixture being the name in Python. Oh, here, let's just I don't know if I need that. Okay, cool. So test.conf test. Okay, this is great. Like, this is actually what I was looking for. Or more of what I was looking for.
What is that?
It's just like telling us actually information about like where the like test runners and stuff are being defined.
Okay.
I love all these no doc string available though. Classic. Okay, I don't know. I guess like let's just get rid of it and see what happens.
But like no one accepts that, or like what is?
Transaction style not found. I mean it feels...
It's cascading now.
Yeah, exactly. Feels like what it's saying is that like
wait, sorry, I'm gonna break you. Like at the end of the test, should we like return something? Is it potential like chaining fixture by fixture, or like do we need to return something in the test so it gets inside of the test something else? The transaction style, was it? Maybe that's the... I don't know.
I don't know.
What happens with the test before our test?
Yeah, I think it's fine. Like all the other tests are passing still.
But we only have that one error.
Yeah.
But it's in the test transaction style. It's like the one below our...
Oh, I see. Wait. Oh, I see what you're saying. Was that true before too? Because I was just Oh. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay. I was like, obviously this is like our thing that's broken. URL back. We're doing something wrong. I mean, obviously.
Yeah, that looks okay. I think it hasn't been changed, right?
No, it hasn't been changed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just like, what are we like not doing right in test 2? Because basically, like, it's just very confused. I think it's like, why are you trying to define this right here? Let's see some other examples.
Yeah, but you see, it only uses 2 arguments, if that's like the thing. Like this one only has 2, the events and Sentry init. But like we can get the arguments. If we don't need them, it's not gonna break, and it shouldn't break it.
I agree. Like, you think we should just kill all of them?
I don't know. We use the Sentry init and the capture events one, but nothing else, as I can see, right?
Yeah.
Oh no, we got the transaction style as well. We're using it into the integrations.
Oh, yeah. Correct. Okay,
so we don't have that. And
yeah, let's kill. I don't know. Yeah, this let's see. Okay.
Function uses no argument. I have no idea why that is. Like, why do we need to get the URL?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Test function uses no argument URL.
Where do we use the URL in the bottom example? Like how? Where is that being used?
Yeah.
There's a client.get. Yeah. We don't. Do we have a client? We don't have a client.
No, we didn't put those lines in there. I can. Do we think that like means anything? I'm gonna also fix this param order.
Yeah, like I I don't know. I don't understand. Function uses no argument expected transaction in test.
I feel like we gotta go back and look at the test runner code.
And like we below our tests, we had the test transaction style that like accepted a ton of arguments, but then the one afterwards, the legacy one, had only just 2. And they work in harmony except our tests.
Yep. Okay. This is probably really tiny again, huh? I'm just gonna poke around a little bit. Oh, you know, actually we had that message before that told us a lot more info, but let's see if we... I don't think there's any other info in this about tests, but there might have been in the other docs. Could look at talks.ini. Yeah.
Wow, what is that?
Are you talking about the sign that I'm on?
Yeah, commands and stuff like this.
Yeah.
What is this file?
This is the Tox config file. So like Tox is like the thing that helps you manage different versions of different packages for your tests. You can run your tests on all these different versions of stuff.
Okay.
Let's find yeah, pi.test durations. Like, what are we looking at here? I don't know. Okay. Like I'm wondering, like, what is pause arg?
We need to summon the Python spirits.
I know, seriously. We're not afraid of you. I don't know. We might feeling a little stuck.
Where are we right now? Like, what happened?
Well, I was hoping to find some code that, like, basically runs the tests. So something that we can look at so we can understand, like, what arguments are being passed in, like where those are all being defined for each of these, so we can understand how to set it up so that we can, like, use the arguments we want to for our little test.
And what is the Flake 8 test Sentry SDK?
Ooh,
I guess like the test and linters. Sorry, okay, there's like linters probably.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Yeah. Let me try to Google that.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
I found one lost soul just like us. How the arguments are being passed to test functions in tox/py.tests.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's like one answer. These are PyTest fixtures provided by PyTest Django and PyTest itself.
Yeah.
So it probably has nothing to do with tox, right?
Yeah, no, we're not even using tox right now, so it's not I don't think it's tox problem. Okay, let's look.
Yeah, it looks like it's like a I'm looking at like PyTest fixtures, right? That's what we're using.
Yes.
Yeah, so there's like the first fixture returns a fruit and has no arguments. Then the second one is a fruit basket that accepts that fruit as an argument. Then it returns an array of fruits. It just adds a banana. And then the third one actually accepts the my fruit, which was the return from the first fixture, and then the fruit basket, which was the return from the second one. So it's like It's like a cascade. Maybe that's like the what we have right there. I'm not sure like how things are being returned. Maybe those are the actual parameters that we need to get.
I suspect it might be.
Yeah, parameterize.
Yeah, this is what I was looking at when I first opened the file, and I was confused because like I don't see where like each of the 6 tests are, but maybe I'm just okay. URL transaction style, expected transaction, expected source. Focus on method. Yeah, it definitely feels like we need to use this parameterize to pass in the parameters, right? But I just don't know enough about PyTest for like what I'm looking at to make sense. Oh, sorry, I keep doing that. I'm like switching windows on my other. Yeah. Okay, I'll try to stop doing that. Because if these were parameters for okay, you know what I'm gonna try to do is just get rid of all the parameters, get rid of everything. This is like what we should have done originally.
And I guess just the assert, yeah.
Ah.
I'm not sure what these things at the top are. Like, we have the slash message, and then there's a route, and there's, for example,
I'm like, what is this?
Yeah.
Like I'm assuming like there's 4 things here: URL, transaction style, expected transaction, expected source. Like those correspond to each of these. That's my guess.
What about the third argument that we can see there? We have like the tests, integrations, fast API. What?
Yeah, like what?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
Okay. We still got function uses no argument URL.
Okay, so like the first argument is defining what the arguments are gonna be. And then in the second argument, the actual, the array. Let's see. Multiple sets of arguments, basically. Yeah. That's actually it. Although I'm not sure how it's mapping these. What happened?
Nothing new.
You need to like get the arguments, right?
Exactly. Yeah, it's just still not clear how we're defining the args.
That's the thing, yeah. The parameterizing is like the first argument we got there, the URL transaction style, all these. How many are there? Like 4, right? 1,
4,
2,
yep.
3, 4. Yeah. Then the next argument, which with the array thing, is we were basically defining different parameter sets, and I'm not sure how that like
How that's used.
is it gonna like yeah. I mean, is it
Yeah.
going to be invoked 4 times if we provide 4 sets?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
Oof. Oh, I really want to figure this out. Oh, wait. Let's look. No, that's not related.
Yeah, I guess it will run the tests multiple times. So it's like it's running that that function. It's gonna run it 4 times with those sets like different. So first it's gonna run it's gonna run the tests _tests with the message URL message thingy. Yeah.
What did I just do? Oops.
Also, it's weird that it's a decorator.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but I'm not sure what we're decorating. I guess we're decorating that function, so we probably need to like push it down. I don't know. Right, because the decorator was probably on the test transaction style.
Yep.
Yeah, and
yeah,
so it's running. Yeah.
Yep. We should. Yeah, we're very much on the same page. I feel like we were figuring that out separately at the exact same time. Yeah, exactly. We just like broke this because we put the decorator on top of we like inserted it such that the decorator was on top of our new test that we were trying to run.
Yeah, it was decorating the other function, but we kind of hit, yeah, okay.
Yes.
Got it.
Okay. Oh my god.
There we go.
That's very embarrassing. Okay, awesome. Cool. So I feel like I still have a lot of questions. I'm glad that our test is running correctly now. Still have a lot of questions, but that's okay. Cool. So let us kind of set up a few things again. Let's like just like copy Sentry and Knit. What else do we want? Actually, we need Sentry and Knit. I don't know what capture events is, but let's assume we need that. Okay.
Can we see where that is coming from?
Or which is coming from?
The capture events. Like, is it local or is it imported from anywhere?
I don't know. Like, I don't see it imported from anywhere, right? This is, I feel like, the same confusion I've had before.
Oh, wait a minute. It's...
Oh, you see it?
It's an argument function, right?
Yeah, exactly.
You can pass... Okay, got it, yeah.
Yeah, it's being passed in, yeah. Like, it's the same question. Yeah, for me, it's the same question as before. I don't know where that's coming from. But I think we can assume we can use it at least. Okay. Let's try Oh, dang it. I was doing that. Okay. Sentry init, we can pass in these integrations, which. Okay, let's think about this, because in this test that test legacy setup, we don't do this. So I think we should kind of try to copy that, because we know that this bug repros in the legacy setup style.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so yeah, I'll just try to do pretty much same. Oops. All right, let's just run that and like pray that we haven't broken anything still. Client.get message. Great, I think we're getting somewhere. So now we need to see how in the testing we would try to set the scope variable. Test client was something from Fast API. Okay, so just looking at this, we can see that we're just calling this endpoint on test client, which I guess is that. Get a response. And then message event. Am I dumb? Like, where is a message event? Oh, I see.
Is that like a destructuring?
Yeah, it
like
is.
From the events destructure, okay.
And where is event? Oh, capture events. Okay, cool. Are we doing that? Okay. Okay. We definitely want to do that same thing, I think, to get our transaction event, because that's what we care about. I wonder if we can just like print some of this so we understand what we're looking at. Let's try, I guess, since we care about transaction events. Oh, interesting. Oh, because we didn't do anything, obviously. So we just got an error that there's not enough values to unpack because we didn't call anything to get an event. We already did that. Yeah. Okay. All right, let's screw that.
So that value error happens because of the print? Or it's something else?
No,
okay,
it's happening
It's
there,
the structure, basically. Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
event
one
is
thing,
only...
but it expected
Yep.
to.
Exactly. All right, I have to figure out how we can, unless it's here. PyTest, print console. Okay, we have to get PyTest. The easiest way to get PyTest to print something out to the console is to make the test fail, I think. So we're just gonna make the test fail.
Well, let's see.
Yay! Okay, perfect.
And there you go.
I think. I think perfect. Okay. I wonder if we can pretty print that.
So that whole array is like only the events? Or
Yeah, that's yes, that's the events. I was like not even really looking at it. Oh, I guess Okay, yeah, I think this makes sense. Except I'm not clear on why we're only getting a message event. I mean, I wonder if it's because of Trace's sample rate. So we're only getting this message event. We're sending this message. So I guess it makes sense why we're getting event, but we're not getting a performance transaction back. And maybe it's because when we init this test and we do get a performance transaction back, it's because it's setting a sample rate in the init. I'm going to try that. Hello. Hello. Not me just looking at all this JSON like, what's happening? I don't know.
I was gonna ask, like, what are you looking for?
Am I getting anything out of this?
Because I'm just like looking and I don't know, I'm not even sure what I'm looking at.
Same. I mean, this is like a Sentry event, and I feel like you can kind of tell because of the info that we're getting back. Like, here are all the breadcrumbs. Like, here's the stack trace, like all the information about what's going on. But like, is there a performance transaction in there? I couldn't say. Couldn't say. Okay, I kind of, it looks like it's working though. Please, please. Boop, 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 boop. Wait.
What should you have on now?
I think it worked. I just Yay! Okay, so it's not not broken. It's working. It was the tracer sample rate that was making it so we didn't get a transaction.
Oh, okay.
So we do have a transaction event coming back now. Okay, great. That's something. We're getting there. Also, I haven't had the anything open in a long time. Okay, perfect. All right, let's celebrate this small win and then think about what the heck we were trying to do. Okay, so we're sending a message to our route that this test client from Fast API has defined for us. Thank you, test client. And we can see that Sentry is getting a transaction event back from it. So I think what we need to do, okay, so thinking about the bug, this like client.get message, the message route is the thing that needs to be passed to Sentry. And what was going on again? Okay, right. So so that message is like the same thing as one that is this. And so we need to on the we need to like on our Sentry and instance of Sentry set the scope. Which
Can we do that inside of the init, or we need to like
exactly
obtain?
or somewhere else? Yeah, exactly. I guess we should use our fancy code search to see if we can figure out this what CentryNet's doing.
Let's do it.
One sec, just before I do, I just want to make sure. Oh, okay, it's being passed in. Well, good luck to us. I feel like this is gonna be the same problem. Okay. Code search. Why is this code search cool? Okay. Test conf test. Test sessions. All right, I'm just going to open up a few files that look like they might have anything to do with defining Sentry in it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, let's start here. Okay, this is kind of nice. So now we can see like the CenturyNet is being defined as a PyTest fixture, which is making sense, I think.
So like one fixture is calling another fixture, right?
Yes, I believe so. I don't know what monkey patch test transport is. I see. You know what? Okay, let's. This is just using CenturyNet, I believe. The other thing I wonder if we can do is try to find if there are any other examples of doing stuff with scope in tests.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to look for that. Can I check in here? Ooh. Push scope, test basics. Okay, yeah, test basics.
Do we have a hard stop for this
Ooh,
stream?
oh
Or we
yeah.
can like continue more?
I think we can continue more. Let me check a couple things just to make sure I'm not missing anything going on. I'm almost positive I don't have a calendar thing. Oh shoot, I do. Dang it. Okay, I do have a hard stop. My bad. Dang, that's okay. I mean, we're making some progress. It's a little bit slower than I would have liked, but I mean, not being familiar at all with the test setup, that's okay. We're getting there. Okay, we do have a test scope. We do have a test scope.
Where is that?
I just found. Sorry, I don't even know where it was. So I just found test scope using fancy new GitHub code searching. Ooh.
Sweet. So that's like the Sentry SDK dot scope, right? And from there we can import the scope. Where was that now? It's gone.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh my god, this is a problem. Yeah, test _scope.
Yeah. There we go. Yeah, from like on line 3 we can import the
scope,
and then we can create a new scope and call the set tag. But probably in like aside from set tag is
it's not set
is
tag,
our function
right?
like the set transaction name, was it? Like what was the actual name?
Yeah.
Yeah, we could probably do that, right?
Yes, I think so. So let's just. We have 15 minutes. That's plenty of time to like keep working.
Yeah.
Oops. Bin buffer, not regular buffer. Okay.
So I guess we'll do the init first and probably create the scope later on, right?
Yeah, I'm just.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, test merging.
I don't know what that means. Test copying.
This
Test
is probably
args.
some
Context.
functionality.
This looks relevant. Set context. Sorry, is that? Why does that sound familiar? I think that just sounds familiar from like research I was doing.
I think you can like set a context for example, for that particular transaction. So every time something happens, you can like link it with a user, right? So after logging in, I guess that's the thing. In this case, like the device. Okay.
Yeah. Update from Quarks.
Works.
Okay, yeah, let's just same thing, s equals, like, make it a little scopey scope. And then we can just try scope
like
that
try set
transaction name. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if that buffer's not working.
Do we have the setup? So we'll.
I think you have a meeting at noon. Yes, I do.
Yes, we do.
Sorry.
T-14.
Yeah. We're just gonna see if this works, and then we'll wrap it up. We promise. We've come too far. Okay,
is this gonna be like logged somewhere that we can check, or is it just gonna like?
It's just gonna fail, probably.
Yeah, let's see it.
Let's see. It didn't fail. Okay. So that didn't break anything, which I mean, I guess the set transaction name is still available. Okay. I'm gonna. Think word. Put. Oh, I see. Okay. Put. Word. I am gonna do right now. So I don't know what this events thing looks like. What I want to do is assert that this event's name is whatever this name is, and let's pick something shorter.
Mm-hmm.
Or let's. Oops. Please. So yeah, ultimately want to assert that like whatever events, like transaction event this is, its name is transaction name. But I don't know. Yeah,
not the slash par thingy, right?
Yes, exactly. Not slash message. That would be the bug. And it should be wrong. But I don't know what this transaction event looks like. It's just some like JSON blob. So I'm gonna make this. This is still the fastest way I know how to do this. Yeah, make it fail again. Okay. Transaction. Okay, I see transaction. I think that's it, right? Just this transaction equals message.
I guess that's the name, yeah?
Yeah.
Slash message.
Okay, cool. So we should just be able to do.
But wait.
Yeah, what are you thinking?
It's actually broken, right?
Yes, it's actually broken. Yeah.
Yeah. It's not the tests that we set. It's basically the
Yes. Okay. So I guess a good ending point will be let me just finish this line and we'll have it be broken. Yeah. And then maybe in a future stream we can continue from there. Like
continue fixing it. Yeah.
Yeah, continue start working on trying to actually fix it. Okay, that'll be a whole other challenge.
No, but totally. For example, we have this here. We can we can do the assertion. It should fail and it's okay. It needs to fail.
Yes, exactly. And that's exactly
what if we then like switch over to a newer version, like 196?
Yeah, exactly. We should have to switch down to 195. Yeah, exactly. Okay, yes, that's exactly what I want to do next stream. Switch down to 195. What's the best way to do that?
Yeah.
I think what we would want to do is, oh man, I'm not even working on. Okay, so put this in a branch, and then go back to a different. I don't know how they do versioning, but if we can go back to a different branch. That they have for like the 1.9.5 version, we can put these changes on top of that and check that. This is basically what we want. Sarah, it's okay if you're going to say I'll come here. No, Sarah, I'm going to be on time. We're so close. I'm gonna be on time to your meeting. Don't worry. Okay, what was I doing? Transaction event. I think I want this to be transaction equals okay, and then this should fail if I did this right.
Okay.
Okay, well, it failed, but it was not quite right. But that's okay.
This reminds me of there was like a screenshot, task failed successfully.
Yeah.
So it failed. Yes.
That's exactly right. Oh man. Okay. I'm doing something wrong. Like I'm doing something really stupid and like not grabbing the name of this transaction correctly. I don't see why. Because this is a transaction event. I'm grabbing transaction out of it. Oh wait, no, sorry. No, it's perfect. Oh my gosh, sorry. I was like, it's getting caught up. It's correct. Yeah, it's totally correct. Yeah.
Nice.
I mean, it's failed successfully.
It failed successfully. Yeah. There we go.
Okay, awesome. We can wrap up. That's great. Cool. Okay, actually, I will do one last thing, which is like give this a real name. Test, scope, name. Something like that. Maybe transaction scope name. Cool. Nice. Okay, so we wrote a test that has identified this bug. That's great, I think.
Yeah. And if we like in the next stream we actually try to run it on a different version and it passes, then you know our point is basically proven, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm pretty confident that it will because we like reproed it exactly on the other just the regular repro of the bug. So I feel good about it.
Yeah, me too. Even though like I understood nothing out of it.
Oh, like, that's not true. You understood lots, I can tell.
Yeah, like I was lost, but yeah, I'm just like a bystander here, like watching you do the magic, and I'm like literally magic. So, but yeah, it was totally I think we made some progress. Yeah.
Yeah.
Martin, nicely done. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Martin. Yeah, thanks for watching. Next time we'll fix it for
tests, sure. And yeah, next time it's good that we have more things to work on.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I when I used to work on like Windows SDKs, like testing stuff, I feel like was the hardest part. Like we had our own testing framework situation and lots and lots of tests, but yeah, testing like user stuff is like you just build the app, you know, and then you click on stuff like is it broken? Like just from a very casual perspective, it's so much easier. Like when you're building an SDK, trying to find bugs in it, like you have to build an app that uses the SDK.
Yeah, but there's also like thousands of, you know, use cases that you need to cover because who knows how your SDK is gonna be used, and like people are gonna try something using that SDK. Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. Thanks, Stream Night. Thanks for watching. I hope it was fun. Yeah, join our Discord. I guess we can promote the Discord to end things. Join our Sentry Discord. Do we have a link for it that I can put up maybe?
I think the internet hates you right now.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
Oh, yikes.
Oh no, yeah, I've got a little like warning saying my internet's like yoinked. Oops, okay, I hope it hasn't been terrible the whole time.
You're okay now, yeah.
Okay.
I guess we just want to share the Discord.
Yes, here. Okay, I have it. I found our
little link. Okay, awesome.
Yes, that is our Discord. Go ahead and join it. We're gonna do these streams every Wednesday this month, and we'll probably keep doing them future Wednesdays. So tune in, join us on Discord where we talk about stuff, and yeah, come join with Hacktoberfest. The best Curious production. Oh, Martin. Oh no. You're not wrong, but all right, awesome. Thank you so much for joining. We gotta wrap up so I can head to we can both head to our next meeting. Great streaming with you. Bye everyone.
Take care everyone. Bye bye.